Okay, so today I worked on my sword that I was going to remount the handle onto. So the resulting handle length is up to the base of the pommel about 3 5/16. I appear to have gotten it backwards. So please mind the JB Weld everywhere. But this emblem right here that marks it as Balaur arms was supposed to be on the outside like this. And then when you hold it, it's like this or whatever, however you hold it. But it actually feels, in the short term, I'm not sure how it feels when you actually try to use it for edge alignment. The epoxy needs to harden for another day. I got it backwards. And so now the B is on the inside. And it feels more appropriate like that. So I don't know what the end result is really going to be, but for now I appear to be having gotten it backwards. Luckily the blade should be perfectly ambidextrous at the moment. There isn't a sharper side or a duller side. This little thread here might be permanently attached. It's not really supposed to be, but I was just trying to get the handle to be all the way up to the top. I'll probably get a rattle later on, but actually there's no movement in the cross guard. But when I go to chip off all the JB Weld all up on the blade here, see I was already trying to chip some of it away. That might break the JB Weld enough that you get a rattle right there. The peen was a big operation because it's such a large peen, but I did get it peened. I ended up having to heat the pommel all the way to where you could not touch it. It wasn't red or anything like that, but in order to get this tip cherry red, this had to get all the way hot. And the handle piece that I was originally going to use, which was the top half of the longsword handle, I thought I'd be able to slide it on because it was a circular ring, and then put epoxy in there just like they do at the factory. And they use an induction heater. It takes about 2 seconds to heat the end of the peen, and then they peen it on. But I couldn't do that with a MAP gas torch, and so I ended up burning the top half and completely destroying it. It was all flames and gone. But eventually I did get the peen to heat enough to make a nice peen on there, and the pommel's on there pretty good. So, and then I just took the bottom half of the handle from the long sword, because this was a long sword with a double length handle, and I had to carve it out a little bit more to fit on the fat tang. And then I used some more JB Weld to put the wood together on there, and then I coated the inside of the leather with the JB Weld, and then used some more of this cord and I cord wrapped it, which you can probably see a little bit of evidence there of how I had cord wrapped. And so that seam was meant to be on the fingers, which would help me always know where the seam is going to be, and then also that would put the blade emblem out. But I'm not sure. It just does feel a little more natural if I turn it around the other way, so that the blade emblem is towards me. The handle feels more correct, more comfortable. So I'm not going to do anything else with the sword today. It's the evening. This stuff's been setting for like 4 hours, and it takes another 10 hours to cure. So not for another 10 hours do I really want to be putting any particular stress on it. And then tomorrow I'm going to chip off all this excess JB Weld, which is probably going to be kind of hard because this isn't from when I put the handle on the second time. All of this JB Weld was on there from when I put the handle on when I tried to peen it, I put the JB Weld on there, I slid everything together, and I tried to heat it for the peen, and all of this JB Weld turned rock hard. So this is heat cured. I don't know if there's a difference, but I think there might be. And I don't know. It's going to be a lot of work to chip all this stuff off of here. So for the time being, I just got a ugly mess going on. But tomorrow I should be able to try to do some bottle cuts, and we'll see how that goes. And I'll take some pictures and post them all together as well.